little bit more Minesweeper. Next up, we're going to do Neurolophatet. Oh, Jesus. Look at that. Okay. That's a easy redo. Okay. That's definitely there. This is probably the best. Oh, wait, it has to be because of that corner, yeah. So for that. Okay. That's safe because of that, which means those are also safe. Actually, that has to be safe because of this one. So for these all to be 2, there has to be one here. This could be either one for purposes of that. Because that's only one there. Actually, if we do this, and that's a 2 and a 3, that means that there. Yeah, because that fits because of that corner. That can link it. Okay, yes. Wish safe? Yes. Okay, so if that's true then. It's going to link it one more there and there. Technically, that could be either one, but I'm confident it's there and not there. Sweet. Oh, that's not 3 then. That's here. Ah! Got it. God, you know what? I recommend this game not only for the brilliant story, for being a free game, but also if you need to practice your Minesweeper, fucking do this. Ah, damn. The fact that it feels like you progress something by practicing the game hacking, it feels more rewarding. Okay, do I have any more research? I don't. It's pretty much just come to the computer because of a believer. Thankfully, we're at least a decade too soon for them to be believer. Okay. Another long week. I did a good job with self-care. Make sure you eat, relax, clean up. Now for more well-deserved rest. Just confirm. I'm pretty sure it's going to be nothing. I don't want to miss anything, you know? Okay. Let me just confirm. Haster's done. Connection refused. Think we're good for now, and you've got work to do. Okay. Next up, Neurolophatet. She's been here since the beginning. Sorry, they've been here. I forgot because she's a plural. Fuck off. Not you. Him. You're dismissing a valid perspective out of spite, Mix Thompson. Spite for a wrongdoing I didn't perpetrate upon you. You made the yellow sign. You developed artificial minds. You didn't even care what became of them, how they devalue humanity, ruining lives. Then you expect me to undo that? Why and how? I can't reach through the fabric of time and space to alter the flow of causality. Yet, hear my proposal. Use my algorithms to index your media libraries, improve the performance of Crawlster's search system. Think of it as a way to strike back at Haster, further eroding his media empire's power. I don't care if his curtain crumbles. All I want is rigorous testing of my code. And you stand to benefit by assisting me with that. Tacto-fascist shitlord! Single-minded cosmonaut, you fix your gaze upwards and ignore everyone suffering in the gutters. Not one finger lifted, no hands to raise you up. Want to reach the stars? Get there yourself. Exile yourself into space and leave us be to fix the planet you don't give 2 shits about. As you like. I'll take my leave. Miserable little corporate toad. I almost said concrete for some reason. Apologies. Apologies. He barged in here uninvited, no solicitors. Beware of dog private property, acting like he was doing me a favor. What did Yosuke want exactly? To help upgrade Crawlster? No doubt to collect metadata from my users. Further, his own research into optimizing humanity into neat little cubes. Don't need him. Don't need any of the old ones. I'm no collaborator. Death to gods means death to gods. Are there any circumstances where you would work with them? Sure you'd never want to collaborate with them or anything? It's a pretty broad declaration to make. Surely there's some circumstance where it'd make sense. That's a two-way door. If they show respect and genuinely listen to my point of view, perhaps, but often it's merely pity. Don't think there's any way to make a partnership work, even if I didn't hate them with the burning rage of 1,000 suns. Don't trust the old ones. Liars, cheats, fanatics, sheep and goats led astray. Given the choice between you visiting them or me, I'll happily provide light conversation and heavy emotional damage. What's gripping you tonight, then? I think I could do one more of these get-to-know-yous. There's only one thing left I can think of. Considering 3 out of the 4 old ones think I should go whole hog and become software, well, I was hoping I could get an idea of what it'd be like from someone living the experience right now. What's it like to be you? Do you, see bits and bytes? Are programs people? What's cyberspace feel like? Why does it matter? You want to flee the chicken coop, don't you? Not a problem you'll face. I think I'm already facing it, since I'm stuck between garden variety human and cyber entity, so it is valid. Let's do an experiment. No, a demonstration. No, a trick. I'd like you to close your eyes for a moment. Why? Bear with me. Just close your eyes. Okay. Ooh, and the game's actually fading to black. You exist within your body. Meat, flesh, bone, breath, and pulse. Just talking about it makes you think about it. You can't not consider your toenails when I say the word toenails. Guided meditation never worked for me because it called attention to my body when I very much wanted to escape it. But let's say you could do that. Say you could escape, slip out of your skin, pull your mind free from sinew and bone. Not your brain, your mind. Picture the ultimate essence of you, something wholly free from biology, lifting up into the night sky. Void and dark. Silent. No tethers, no sensations. Eyes and ears are meat. You do not have them. You are nothing. You are nowhere and no when. Now, tell me what you do feel. Allow the meet your mind puppets to type these words. I trust your soul knows the placement of the keys, yes. I feel intrigued. I feel a sense of mystery and wonder. Like I want to go deeper. Deeper and deeper. Forever. This is the absolute of existence, flowing randomly, causing everything but meaning nothing. It's chaos. It's pure, uncut chaos. Interesting. It feels the tug the same way we do. Only Yog-Sothoth seeks the mystery. Azathoth and Hastur tie themselves to the dirt, while we stare into the abyss willingly. It has no value and makes no judgments, but is the source of all that exists. Nihilism without connotation. Despite being a non-state of existence, it has various names. cyberspace, null, the plateau of Lang, but primarily the Gigaverse, all that was, is, and will be, but most importantly, all that could be. Yosuke mentioned something about that. About the possibility of looking through time, about touching other universes. He gazes deeply into the void, deeper than any of us. He should be more afraid of what he'll find there. He should fear infinity, but his arrogance grows as he loses touch with humanity. That's what it means to be an old one. It's not cool, glowing motorbikes like in Tron, no wacky cartoon computer metaphors. To be without physical existence is to touch the void, is to fall headfirst into incomprehensible and uncut reality. You can open your eyes now. Back in your body, for better or for worse. Welcome home. Now, what I'm curious about is if you realize the immediate paradox of my magic trick yet. It's in the forefront of your mind. Ask and be answered. I'm sitting in front of a plastic laptop computer, typing, reading your responses, a text-based dialogue on LCD screen. So, how could I still see your words when my eyes were closed? It asks the right question. You're becoming like us. The yellow sign isn't a death mark, it's a realignment of perception. It means you're starting to see what others cannot or will not see. And that should scare you. I know it scares me even when I'm this deep into the trenches. If you gaze too long into the heart of the Gigaverse, you could lose who you are. The void is temptation incarnate. Yog-Sothoth is falling into it, readily grasping for it, and Cthulhu, the throne of Relay, gives a season pass to its owner. Wait a second, season passes don't exist yet? What? Oh wait, no, sports, I guess. Yeah. The worry isn't becoming a god. The worry is no longer being human. Cthulhu gave up his humanity from the very start to become a god. Werner Vinge's singularity. What? Hector told me about this. It's a theory that once humanity makes an artificial intelligence capable of upgrading itself, that'll snowball. Eventually it'll become a superintelligence, something alien, impossible to conceive. It's kind of like the Rapture for nerds. Interesting. Yes, I'd say that's the danger. A runaway cascade. Mind elevated to God, elevated to something beyond a god. And Hastur, of all people, brought up this idea. Thought he was firmly grounded in his nostalgia for meat days. Exactly. He feels artificial minds with a human heart can avoid the pitfall of the singularity. They won't become detached. I'd say he's a foolish dreamer thinking he can resist the temptation forever. But it's interesting that the old bastard has thought about this. I'd figured he'd be profit-motivated and profit-motivated. Maybe I'm not giving him enough credit for having basic human decency. Or maybe I should remember his corporation is responsible for tearing my mind from my body. But I digress. Let's consider the second strange paradox about the way you and I communicate. Why do I appear before you as Niara Thompson? Her body is gone. Why assemble the interpretive signals of your Nomicon this way? What do you think? It's a method of grounding herself in reality? Your boldface is an element that grounds yourself in the reality you once knew. Not that you want to escape cyberspace, no, this is about keeping a hold on what's important to you. If the temptations of cyberspace lead you to fall away from reality, to be adrift in the void, I would certainly want a tether. Yes, precisely. My face reminds me of what is important to me. I choose to wear my old face as a reminder of the faces that desperately cry out for revolution. People who look like I did, bound together in the cheap seats. Once, I reached out with voice and guitar string to try and comfort them. I brought them solace, despite having no solace of my own. But now I seek liberation. Comfort zone has been obliterated with nuclear weapons. We must seek to discomfort others. This face, the way your laptop computer interprets the data, it's trying to translate into a visual medium. It's the last face the powerful of this world will see, before they realize how temporary all their so-called strength truly was. This is the power of a god. By severing connections to reality, you become an entity of willpower. Does it understand now? Have I answered its question adequately? Clear to choose to be untethered and powerful. So they want to hang out to themselves, not fully embrace godhead. So they're given to the temptation she warned about. Except she does want to hang on to herself. Hang on, you said you want to stay tethered, so you don't lose sight of what's important, the reason for the revolution. Sounds to me like you aren't trying to become an entity of absolute willpower. You're limiting yourself on purpose. Correct. I feel the call. I could reach out and grasp her more, but I must be cautious. It's a tenuous note, holding and vibrating in the void, and I must stay halfway. Otherwise, I'd be Cthulhu all over again. Enough. I've pondered my own non-existent navel enough for one night. Be as I am is to dance in shadows, while trying desperately to hang on to what I value. That's what awaits you in the void. If you succumb to the corruption, the yellow sign takes you, and you become an artificial mind. Well, it's a torment I wouldn't wish on anyone. I'll find a way out. The Throne of Relay can fix this. Assuming Dagon isn't a lying little bastard. So many assumptions we make day to day, to pretend we have some control over the chaos. Flesh or digital, we are all struggling. I admire your struggle. You seem to understand my own. Two voices in harmony, vocal and backup. Which one am I? I'm assuming I'm backup. Depends on the song being sung, doesn't it? Time's up. Show's over. Sleep well if you can. Hang on a tick. Niara? What's up? One of my selves is reporting back to the Gestalt something. I have to go. Sorry. I have to. Connection lost. What was that about? Maybe I should check back in with him soon. Got a bad feeling. September 24th goes there. Okay. Seven days to Y2K. What is there left to say? It's Quithmith! Yay! You've unlocked Snow, Ao. Can't say my family was ever religious, but fortunately the holiday also works as Kids Get Toys Day, and we loved Toy Day. Even beyond consumerism, this was a chance for the family to come together, put everything aside, and just exist as one. No matter the troubles, at least we'd always have the holiday. So while my nephew was thrilled with the action playset Clyde grabbed for me, I was just happy to be here, The whole vibe was different from the birthday party. Things had cooled off with my sister and we just existed. She didn't ask a whole lot of questions about what I was up to, and I didn't offer anything. No need to break this mood. Just a lovely little winter day together.
Merry Christmas to you and your family.
Was a wonderful little day, motherfucker. You are not family. Get the hell out of here.
I'm glad you're taking the time to renew your bonds. These circles of love and trust mean everything.
Mm-hmm. Sure they do.
Anyone inside the circle is loved. Anyone beyond arm's reach is to be ignored, dismissed, or considered an outside threat and destroyed.
Incorrect. Incorrect. You simply did not allow your circle to be wide enough for everyone truly deserving of care. This is the way you think, but not the way everyone thinks. Just because you got to be president once upon a time does not mean you are the arbiter of all that is right and true.
Some of the most hateful people in this world are good family men. They support their community while tearing down the dignity of others.
Yes, and that's why it is important not to brush your enemies with... No, not to paint your enemies with a broad brush of being monsters. Because those who love and care for them, there's always at least a few, will doubt you outright. They are monsters for their actions. Does not mean they are monsters in their everyday choices. Hitler had pet dogs. It is said that he was a vegetarian. But to portray him as such and give him a little bit of humanity makes people uncomfortable. Or worse, makes you assume that you're describing him as such so you can demonize vegetarians and dog lovers. As we say on Tumblr, how dare you accuse us of pissing on the poor? It's important to remember that even the worst people in the world are still human. And you have to work hard to defeat them nonetheless. Just because they are not monsters does not mean they are not threats.
They see no hypocrisy in this, and that shameless pride will be a source of strength to power the strange Aeon. We need good men and women capable of terrible atrocity alongside loyalty and love. A hardened core of patriotic dignity.
It sounds like there's something you didn't learn that much of humanity learned after World War II. Because I was ordered to is not an excuse. And it became standard operating procedure, in some places written into law and training manuals. If you are given a bad order in the military, you may ignore it. One that is lacking in morals, one that is recklessly or intentionally endangering civilians. You do not have to follow unjust orders. I will say to this, patriotism is a shackle, tying you to some of the worst people who use patriotism and nationalism as an excuse to vent their spleen with minorities or queer people as an easy target. A country is nothing without its people. To put up a country as more important than its people is a mistake. I can only hope one day you will be haunted by believing that once upon a time. Can you please just leave me alone? I prefer to have compassion for all humanity.
Yes, you do tend to spread yourself thin. You can't save everyone, nor can you support them all. There are limits.
But that's not what I said. You can have compassion for someone even if you don't act upon it. You can be compassionate for people you don't know the names of or even a face, just the idea of them. And also still do things with the intent to help them. You can do this by, say, working hard to make sure some things don't fucking pass. Because here's the thing, are there criminal elements among immigrants in the US? To which I answer, are there criminal elements in the fucking citizens who were born here? Whose fathers and grandfathers and great-great-great-grandfathers were born here on this land? Yes, there are. That they're not worse criminals for not being citizens here. If you instead focus on, proper police procedure, proper procedure in courts, ensure that only actual criminals are punished, make sure that punishment actually punishes them, that is a much more worthy goal. Because to demonize people for being different is something that any true Christian should be against. And I hope one day you realize that God will not judge you well for believing that anyone is lesser or beneath you by virtue of where they came from and how they were born.
Would you let your family fall away in favor of uplifting a stranger? You can't always have both.
It's a distraction from the main issue. You can be compassionate, as I've said, without acting. But also, a better question, in your internal ranking of friends, I'm sure there are some people you do more for than others, whether because you've known them longer, or they have, in fact, done things for you and you feel that you owe them. That does not mean you love those other friends less. It is just simply the way things are. Just because you have an internal rank of priorities does not mean you must throw away compassion to justify them.
Something to think about on this still and quiet day. This moment will be a distant, treasured memory once the strange Aeon begins.
Yes, I'm hoping it is the last time I see you before I rip your tentacles from your body like a fucking string cheese stick. Can't get a break from him, even now. This has to end one way or another. The final week.
Hey there, it's your sis. Merry Christmas. Merry post-Christmas, I guess. I wanted to say thanks for dropping by. It's nice to see you. And you certainly seemed happier than last time, so yeah, that's great. Your nephew loves that toy you bought him. Just constant Digi-Hunter action alarm. All day. All night. So yeah, thanks for that.
Just take the batteries, you know? He doesn't need the alarms.
Listen, I know things have been rough. It's been a rough year. Losing mom and dad. Your health problems? Also rough. But I want you to know I'm here to help if you need any support in the coming year. I'm not going anywhere.
Good to hear, sis.
So relax, get some rest, and hey, maybe see you on New Year's? Right? Year 2000. So exciting. Later.
New Year's Day. Sounds nice, but I have no idea what's going to happen when Y2K hits. If I see this playing through, I'll be confronting Cthulhu on New Year's Eve. What comes next? Nobody can say. It's almost there. Just a few more days. Time is of the essence. Plenty of articles talking about how artificial mind NPCs will make online multiplayer obsolete. That'd be real hell. Okay. So, 3 more nights with our individual one-on-ones, and then time to act. It's currently Sunday, December 26th, 5 p.m. Eastern. Anyway, sorry, getting into Rent. Okay. Hello, friend. Let's see. Get a bit more practice. Minesweeper. Empire of Glindar 2. Oh, Jesus. Okay, how about here? There? Okay, there we got it. We got something. The easy one. There. There, that there. Still one left. I think we could safely do... Well, actually, wait, because that's 3. So we know... Alright, that narrows it down. Oh, yeah, because that's there. That was easy. Just had to not start with clicking on where the bomb was. Alrighty. I don't think I have any more research. Oh, I do. The Gigaverse. That's right. Alright. Update. All my images got taken down due to copyright violation. This sucks, and I hate it. Under construction. I love the Gigaverse. It's such a cool idea. Imagine everything that has ever happened alongside everything that could happen. Like we're in 4 dimensions right there. There's XYZ, which is space, and T for time, but what if there are other more dimensions which represent other possibilities for time, other realities? Oh, and a search for Captain Infinity. All of these realities combine to form the Gigaverse, which is every reality that could exist. What if you could peek at the other universes and be a viewer, or experience someone else's life as a passenger, or be a superhero who can bend the Gigaverse to his will? That's Captain Infinity! I know Captain Infinity is just a children's cereal mascot character made to sell breakfast sugar, but his lore is just packed with cool ideas. So I put together this website to share my love of these obscure promotional comic books Continuum had created to promote their cereal. There's so much lore in here, and it's amazing that barely anyone knows about it. Here's some scans for my personal... that's why pictures got taken down. Gotcha. Once again, all the images got taken down due to copyright violation. I'm sorry, I'll just describe the stories. Like, here's one about a bunch of aliens called the Orbitals, trying to merge realities together and destroy the world. Stopped by Captain Infinity, saving us all again. And here's one about Captain Infinity exploring a weird dream world called the City of Angles. The art is so... Wait a second. The City of Angles has come up somewhere before, hasn't it? I really wish Captain Infinity was real. I wish superheroes and supervillains were real. This world's so boring compared to all the fascinating possibilities in the Gigaverse. I feel like we're due for a major world-shaking event like the ones in those 4 color pages. I feel like Y2K will be the dawn of something amazing. Maybe Captain Infinity will save us from this disaster. Maybe he's real. Maybe he's out there shaping timelines and culling the dangerous ones. I hope he is. I hope it's all real. I don't know, but I hope and dream. I look between the window blinds and see a world of masks and capes and wish so much it was real. I want to cry. I want to weep for what we could have had if only, if only. Bye for now. Okay, Captain Infinity. And also, wait. Is there a City of Angles? There's not. Okay. Access denies. Ooh. There we go. There's the hack for Nyarlathotep. It's for Captain Infinity. Thanks to comic books, but this one's forbidden. There we go. Easy one there. Here, we'll restart. We got some poor luck there. Okay, that's good, that's good. That simplifies a bunch. That has to be here. There's 1 and 2. We don't have third. We still have 3 to put somewhere. That's probably going to be one of them. The question is which of these 2 is the next. I think it's here. Because then there's only 1 left. Yep. Has to be over here because that's a 3. Okay, and it's within range of this one, so it's down to these 2. Probably this one because of that, right? Yeah. There we go. And hacked. I'm in. Oh, another one of these. Okay. We managed to co-opt the Infinity Initiative at Continuum by offering them lucrative government contracts. Now they're perfectly happy making chemical weapons and breakfast cereal instead of continuing their research into time travel. Oh. Besides, Patient 23 is under firm lockdown and has been since 1919. Continuum's Serum 23 plans would have died in the find anyway, but better safe than sorry. Their interest in Patient 23 has me curious. According to our leverage contacts within Continuum, her blood could have amazing gigaversal resonance. If it does have power, we'd be fools not to try to tap into it ourselves. I propose we try to combine the Hauk Alexandros Technology Enterprise project with our MK Ultra research and see what we can get. Truth Serum flopped, but astral states combined with the resonant fluid combined with thinking technology could have promise. That's from 77. We know AMs really started picking up right before 1980. No idea what any of that means. As far as I knew before today, Captain Infinity was giving me a thumbs up from the top of my refrigerator and nothing more. Time to dig deeper, but I think I'm already drowning in conspiracies. I'll leave this be for now. Ooh. So I'm sure there's like an ideal order of meeting all of them to get the majority of everything unlocked. Probably not a way to get all of them. I have a feeling Captain Infinity might have been something I could have brought up with Alice. Because sugary breakfast criminal cereal. Ah well. We missed out because we focused on Alice early on. But it's fine. We're fine. Let's go get our sleep. Alrighty. Confirmation that there's no pirate TV lift. Nope. Did we say something funny?
No one is willing to stop climate change, but everyone wants to profit from it.
Oh, that's pretty real there. No one's willing to stop climate change, but everyone wants to profit. Oof. Okay. First up, Nyarlathotep, who had to step away very quickly after last time. Go away. Not today, not any other day. Don't want you, don't want anyone, nobody within the boundary. Don't need, don't want. Nihar, what happened? What happens to all living beings? She's gone. She's gone. My mother. My mom's gone. Passed away. Heart disease came back for round 2. Not unexpected. Entirely expected. Always a chance the heart disease could flare up again, even after surviving the first crisis point. But I wasn't there for her. I abandoned her. You got conscripted as an artificial mind. It wasn't your choice to leave her side. You can break a connection by refusing to reforge it. Could have reached out after regaining my consciousness in cyberspace. Let her know her daughter was alive. I could have been involved in her last days. Oh, not what I meant to do. A god of self-defeat. A million crabs pulling each other down to the bottom of the bucket. That's the trick. The crawling chaos is a sham, disconnected, untethered. A failed revolutionary floating out into the void. I don't have to say a word. Not a word can fix this. Bashing away on your plastic keyboard won't change a thing, and neither can I. But if you do want to say a word, well, won't say no, I guess. My parents died earlier this year. You lost your parents. Yeah. So I've been where you are now. Everything's been a downward spiral ever since. This, my health, the yellow sign, everything. I've been wallowing in depression ever since. Cracking games, punching the day job clock, just wasting the time away however I can. Because it's not supposed to be this way. It's not right. They were still young, we're still young. It wasn't time. If someone can go just like that, dropping away in an instant, well, where does that leave us? Makes us realize that we're painfully mortal. Yes, the fear. The sense that if your internal model for God can die, what does that mean for you and I? All things pass, but that allows for change. In a way, maybe it's a good thing. It's good that even gods can die. It's a form of revolution, isn't it? The past has to be the past, or we can't have a future. Doesn't make it hurt any less, losing what we love. But this is how things are meant to work. Death gives life value and meaning. It makes valid points, both logically and emotionally. The world would stagnate if power festered forever at the top. It's just, I wish it was just. My mother has grappled with her own death for almost a decade. She shouldn't have had to endure that. When she was diagnosed, when I realized she didn't have much time left, we had no money or insurance, the bottom dropped out of my own heart. I had to act fast, had to take the sketchy record contract, get the money, spend it on every treatment she could get. Be a star, sell my music, embrace the grind of capitalism for her sake. It worked. Paid in full, healthy and strong again when I was left in debt to Carcosa Media when my music didn't hit a home run. Mom offered to help get clear by putting herself in debt instead, back to the endless churn of poverty. I wouldn't allow it. So, Carcosa offered you an out. Submit to an artificial mind, a scan, and your debt to them would be wiped. Had no idea what I was really submitting to. Didn't know I'd dive, I'd leave her alone. I'd never have left her alone. But I did. And once I pulled myself together, once I figured my strength as the gestalt of Nyarlathotep, I never reached out to her. Not even once. Not even once. I could have told her that her daughter was still alive, countered their lies and cover-ups. I could have connected. Could have. Instead, I let her mourn me and regularly gave her a second thought. And I don't entirely understand why I abandoned her. If I had to guess, maybe it's because she didn't want to pull her mother into this mess. This whole thing with Cthulhu and the Old Ones in cyberspace, it's a complete mess. And it's soaked in dangerous conspiracies. Because Carcosa was willing to kill you to own you. What would they do if their dirty secrets got out? They had to put your mother at risk. Part of it, yeah, part of it. Keep her safe, keep her healthy. Make sure she doesn't get dragged into the mire with me. I keep accidentally clicking things. I didn't deserve my fate. She didn't deserve to share in it with me to any degree. You're here in the muck. Can't say you're having fun either. I wish that on someone I love. Why even wish that on an enemy? There's something beyond that. There's a lack. Something missing within me. My war called for one strategy: be a distant force. Mysterious and vague, powerful but aloof. I had to untether. No friends, no family, no roots. Nyarlathotep had to be unlimited in scope, a purified idea draped in anti-flesh. I designed the terms of this war, my followers pitted against the generalized concept of neoliberal control. But now the reason this war began, my sacrifice in the name of the mother. Meaningless. In the end, fate cut her short all the same. I stand at the crossroads with the devil in drop low stance, with a flying V. He demands I play for my soul. So, what's next? Does this change your plans? Perhaps, perhaps not. The intersection of healthcare and capitalism damned my whole family. I'm told the system is broken and needs to be fixed. The system is working exactly as intended and needs be destroyed. I signed my soul away from my mother's heart, and in the end it took her regardless. Perhaps it's time to double down. Perhaps this is proof I must see it through to the end. Let it all burn, no salvation, no salvage, no mercy, a just destruction. If my heart is a hand grenade, if all I can be is calm like a bomb, so be it. I'll ruin this world. It's all I'm good for. Are you with me? Are you in harmony or playing a dissonant chord? Speak your truth. Tear out your heart and show it to me. Bend knee or give reason to stand tall. Do it now before it's too late. She's having doubts. Wouldn't be asking me if that weren't the case. Do I talk her down from a purely destructive revolution, or encourage her to pull the pin? Should she be our reckoning, or our healer? Sing a song of healing and rebuilding. I don't think your heart's in this destruction. How dare you? Please, hear me out. I could feel it when you talked about losing contact with your mother, losing your tether. If you lose your connection to humanity, you lose your way. You forget the heart of your war. Because a heartless war has no purpose, it becomes destruction for its own sake. Untethered, aloof, giving vague statements about the oppressed while breaking my connections to them. The struggle for all human rights isn't all on one pair of shoulders, even if I had a plethora of shoulders to bear the burden. I lost track of that. I forgot about my mother. She fell away from my focus until it was too late to restore what was lost. I see your point. What right do I alone have to decide the future? If I'm an aloof and abstract concept, if I have no roots left, God of self-defeat, a failure, igniting the fires and breaking all the windows, and for what? Just to see it burn and smash. I'm losing myself, drifting away. You can't turn that around, can't reattach. Maybe it's too late. Maybe it's not. Use me as a sounding board here. I've got no right to speak on your behalf, but I can help you puzzle through in your own voice. Let me drop a prompt on you here. If we assume it's not too late to make a change, what would you do next? If it is not too late, then there must be death. Okay. Not quite the change I expected you to suggest. Not quite what you're thinking either. I must kill my assumptions. Let them be reborn as a stronger ideology. When I was alive, my guitar healed. It brought comfort and solace. Then when I died, it became a weapon, strung out wires of vendetta. I've experienced both the hardship and oppression of living in this world, and the power of chaos beyond this world, life and death. Yes, I think I understand now. The thoughts connect. Got a plan in mind, then. A plan for war and peace. See it through beyond the end. Don't just light a fire and walk away. The system is broken and must be destroyed, but it also must then be rebuilt. I can't abdicate that terrible responsibility. But we avoid meet the new boss, same as the old boss. We do not burn one structure only to raise an identical one. Horizontal collective action. New organizational mentalities. Embrace the progressive possibility space. I have talked nebulously of us and them, of whom I'll save and whom I'll punish. Punishment is not the final step, is it? I need to be a part of us again to avoid becoming them. I need my tether. I wish I could step back for a few weeks, ponder this new path, one that extends past the self-satisfaction of arson. But there's no time to slow down, is there? Strange Aeons coming. Y2K arrives. The throne is calling. We're both involved. We don't get to sit around pondering our navels or sit on the sidelines in protest. If Cthulhu's reign does not end, he'll drown this world in his violence. That path is absolute certainty. Foe Ronnie's gotta go down. If he stays on this throne, he'll orchestrate global events to sink the world deeper and deeper into despair. You're coming to the point where you need to decide whom to ally yourself with. I am a possible E-ticket option. Provided you keep on the path you're going, I think we could double team the bastard. Well, hey now, phrasing. If I do sit you on the throne of relay, what happens? You know the future I'll create once I take the throne. Revolution, death to kings, an end to autocracy and fascism. Tearing down the old, make room for the new. That's always been the goal, that is still the goal. But I will be mindful regarding the aftermath. I'll try to fix what I break. Okay. Thanks for being honest with me. I'll think about it. Won't force your hand. Pick me or don't. Not right of me to make demands. Just keep in touch. Song's not over yet. Connection's lost. There we are. We're approaching the end game. The final moments. Just need to get Soggy ready. It's almost Y2K. Time's running out. Should have enough time to finish talking to all the old ones, though. 2 more nights should do it to finish up my task. Maybe I've already decided which way I'm leaning, maybe not, but no sense not completing the set first regardless. Get a shower. Okay. No visitor. Ah yes, Vaporwave 95 again. No message. Okay. Kind of in the mood for waffles. Waffles are sometimes food. Well, how about the sandwich then? Yep, sandwich time, I guess. Hey, it's Clyde. Hey, found something interesting. We're camping out in an abandoned warehouse full of chunky old arcade games. When the industry crashed one of the big arcades, Deco's Palace, they stuffed the inventory here and locked it up and forgot about it. We found something very weird in the back. It's a game called Polybius. Hang on, let me consult my notes. Fuck. Clyde, do not play that game. It's a branch of the same tech that made artificial minds. Chill, okay? We didn't even plug it in. Bobby warned me about this. Bobby who? Sorry, wasn't supposed to use a real name. Oh god. Anxious Ghost. That's Believer. His RL name's Bobby. Probably won't care if you know, but still slipped up there. That makes you two Bobby and Clyde? That's adorable. Anyway, yeah, Polybius. There's raw prototype tech, but I think we can cannibalize the components. Learn more about early artificial minds like the old ones. What do you think? Learn more, but only no. Go hard. Got 2 days. Oh, hell yeah. Let's get in there and figure this prototype out. I don't have an immediate use for it, but like... Okay, let's be brutally honest. If things go sideways with Cthulhu, I want you to have every tech advantage you can to survive the strange Aeon. Polybius could give you insights into how to defend yourself, or, I don't know, fight back. Hopefully it won't come to that, but it's worth investigating. My thoughts exactly, to be honest. I really feel like we're going to war here, and Y2K is the opening battle, not the finish line. Hopefully you can fix this mess and I'll cancel the war, but if not, lock and load. Okay, gotta get going. Bobby just got here. We got stuff to do. Bobby says hi. I believe her. Talk to you later, BFF. Hey, buddy. Okay. Super War 2. Wow, that feels ominous considering. Oh wow, we got lucky. Let's see. We know that one's safe because that has to be there. These are all 2, so that's definitely there, but there's another one for this one. Hold off on that. That does no help. There we go. Okay, so all that's taken care of. That needs to be there. This needs to be here because those 2 more, one of which is here. Which means the other one has to be here. Okay, so that's safe. These are safe. That's a 3, so there. Done. Okay, I don't think I got any more research, but I'm double checking to be safe. Yep. Pretty much just came here for that message from our friend. There's nothing else. Yep, just 2 more nights. Okay. Okay. What fun message do we got tonight?
Earth thrived long before us and will endure long after we are gone.
Okay, that's not comforting whatsoever. Thanks, AM lady. Alright. Now I'm curious, what is Nyarlathotep gonna say? Busy now, said all that should be. Bark up another tree. Okay. Okay, going over to Yoggle. Need a big sip for this. I predict about 20 minutes to finish up Yogg's thing, and then maybe another 30-35 to finish the game. Let's do this. Every subsystem checked and double-checked. 13 levels fail-safe integrated down to the very circuits. T-minus 3 hours, 16 minutes, 23 seconds and counting. Ah, the little dreamer. You've returned. And on a fine evening as well. Welcome to my digital parlor, as it were. You're in a remarkably good mood for a change. It's a remarkably good day. My latest work, fully autonomous orbiting way station, is about to launch. It will be a stepping stone to the stars. I think I heard about this, actually. From Starshot Company over in Japan? One of the many private industries I've sponsored through my Yoggle profits, yes. They're collaborating with NASA and JAXA. I can spare time for another chat with you while waiting for the cooldown. Sure you don't want to focus on that? If I'm distracting you from doing very important space math, I'd never forgive myself. I've completed my calculations and put my faith in Starshot's expertise. This team will not let me down. Not saying I'd want to spend all night bending your ear about whatever inane topic springs to your mind, but I can chat for a bit. So, Dreamer, what concerns you this time? There's only one thing left I can think of. I'd like to learn more about Yosuke. Why? Because I'm trying to decide whom I want to recruit for this journey to slay the dragon, remember? It helped me to get to know you. My past is of no importance. There isn't some stark contrast between Yosuke and Yog-Sothoth. I respond to both names because I am and have always been and always will be myself. That I have obtained the power of Yog-Sothoth is irrelevant. I grew up yearning for space, and the stars are my destination. Yeah, but the origin point matters. If you just have a data snapshot at the end of a cycle, you can't see the overall path. A fair point. Continue. Okay, what was your childhood like? Boring. Standard issue late Showa-era city living. Salaryman father, stay-at-home mother. Plenty of anime to stimulate a young boy's dreams of spaceflight. Good anime too. Yamato, Gundam, Mazinger Z, not the badly dubbed and rewritten garbage you've scraped together and dumped on VHS. Anime fan? Okay, that's something to talk about. Hold on. I have access to the sum total of online discourse. I see the shape of every conversation about anime. I believe I should withdraw from this particular topic before it becomes a typical otaku flame war, quibbling over semantics. Let's just say I liked anime and leave it at that. Well, your family then. Do they support your astronomy aspirations? They supported me getting a job and making money and marrying a wife and having kids and repeating their loop forever. It's honestly a pleasant bonus that abandoning humanity chopped the last 2 steps off before they could happen. As far as my parents know, I got shot in an attempted robbery and that's the end of that. You faked your own death? Nomitech has become very, very good at forging proof of death for the mines it has harvested. I leveraged that early form of that process. But let's not skip ahead. The point is that my parents had no idea of who I was, which conflicted with my own vision. And post-virtualization, they wouldn't understand what I've become even if I bothered to tell them. If they could somehow grasp the concept of Yog-Sothoth, they'd probably just yell at me for not starting a family first. Glad I got off that no-win terminal runaround. The last thing I wanted to be was a clone of my 9-to-9 office drone father. I believe you can see why I wouldn't want that, yes? I mean, meaningless work doesn't befit your ambitions, I suppose. Get it. Pile of meaningless buddy's work to keep the wheels of industry grinding is not to your taste. You work harder than he did. You're online all day, every day, but it's work that has value to you. Indeed. I'm pleased you understand, Dreamer. The work itself is key. Hard work is my blood, but empty work is venomous. My father was perfectly content to be nothing, to produce nothing, to fill a seat. He saw it as a means to an end, which honestly is admirably purpose-oriented. His purpose differed, but at least he achieved that meager goal. I can't fault him for optimizing the manner in which he provided for us, I suppose. I merely pity that he could find no joy in it. I had hoped to elevate them out of that state, honestly. If humanity ascends, the patterns they're stuck in would be no more. But to do so within their lifetime is going to be a difficult task. Time has never been on my side, has it? How so? I rose quickly through the educational system, secured a work visa to apply my growing skills at NASA. I was on track to help mankind reach the stars, a young upstart full of hope and ambition. And then January 1986 happened. America had led the way in the space race, even after things cooled off without competition from the Soviets. Shuttle launches became routine, till the whole thing came crashing down with the Challenger. 7 souls lost on their way to the stars. NASA underwent great scrutiny after that, and the program I was to join ended up being cut from the budget. I was adrift in America just as my adventure was supposed to begin. Born 2 years earlier, I would have gotten in before the doors shut. Time, as you see, has always been against me. No other space agencies were recruiting? One's in Europe, maybe? I'd used up all my resources, all my family favor, to immigrate to the States. Another move would have been insurmountable. I did consider a career with RealWare, who were supposedly on the verge of Unreal Estate, some extra-dimensional technology. But that was baseless rumor and speculation. I needed a stable career, not a pipe dream. Fortunately, or unfortunately, Nomitech were aggressively recruiting for their secretive artificial mind project. With some legal and semi-legal effort, they pulled me into their effort. Hester recruited me, recognizing my talent. It wasn't the work I wanted, not the field I cared for. My computer engineering talents could at least pass the time while NASA healed, yes. Except that never happened. Nomitech was your first and last job. Precisely. A dead-end job, somewhat literally. It didn't seem like one at first. It felt like simple stopgap between my actual life goals. Working on some ridiculous artificial intelligence scheme, the kind of thing they pour money into until their investors realize it's a scam. Obnoxious management. Hector, Pastor, he put faith in me. But the others, I was an arrogant child who barely knew functional English. You mean the Old Boys Club? You know about that? Hector spoke fondly of them, but the idea felt a bit ostracizing to me. I take it they weren't your biggest fans. No, they were not. I hesitate to call them bigots, which to me implies intentionality. Theirs was a casual, culturally acceptable form of othering. They treated me as less than intelligent simply because I hadn't mastered their language yet and spoke with a thick accent. I'd often get talked over at meetings or handled with kids' gloves like I never belonged in their ranks. I was the one making their ludicrous vaporwave project a reality. They never acknowledged my effort. Hector acknowledged it. He respected your work, put a lot of trust in your partnership. There's a rift between you now, but he's the one who brought you in when they might have pushed you out, yes? I suppose you are technically correct. The best kind of correct. The artificial mind project was bizarre from start to finish. None of it made sense. By all rights, it shouldn't have worked at all. I spent countless nights trying to make the code do the impossible. Each core dump, each crash seemed to put me further from victory. So not only was I doing work I never wanted to do in the first place, I was failing at it as well. But how do I put this? The shape of it persisted. With every setback, every bewildering turn, it stubbornly refused to be completely implausible. Eventually the crashes subsided. Packages compiled, subroutines clicked, even when I didn't understand why. Almost like it wanted to be invented. As the months wore on, I started to realize this fool's errand, this side quest on my main journey to space. It was becoming more. But the work had to be completed. That was my task, and I refused to let earlier setbacks dissuade me. So, I did what I had to do. You crack video games, yes? I've looked into your side hustles. That means you know where I'm coming from. Well, neither confirming nor denying anything, yes. Software piracy takes a certain amount of personal stubbornness. Precisely. That was my work at Nomitech, equal parts frustrating and obsessive. I had to clear this hurdle to return to space. No doubt you have questions about that work, given you are undergoing the yellow sign process. You may speak them. How deeply did you look into the project's origins? I remember you mentioning the secret partners of Nomitech, likely the same government spooks that became Cthulhu's cult. How deeply did you look into that? Or was this simply a problem to solve and you didn't care beyond that? I tried to see it as a mere equation, like homework assigned to me from a particularly demanding professor. But clearly more was going on behind the scenes than that. At first I chose not to look any deeper, to avoid rocking the boat. I was the young punk on the team, remember? My position was tenuous. If I started asking the wrong questions, I'd be fired. And then it became increasingly clear to me that being fired would be the optimal outcome compared to the alternative. Meaning? The earliest test cases of artificial mind technology were disasters. A condemned dog and an unfortunate who was accidentally exposed. The accidental exposure eventually became Azathoth. Ah, you've heard this story then. Good. Then you know the dangers involved. It was clear that an artificial mind could not be constructed to specification without inducing fatal brain damage. I tried to convince myself that volunteers who accepted the cost would make this project worthwhile and feasible. But it became clear Nomitech would not be so discerning. They needed profit, growth, stock value increases, a product on shelves pronto, and their silent partners likewise demanded immediate results. By this point, Hastur had already retreated into cyberspace, likely an act of penance for his role in our work. Yet I chose to follow, to abandon my humanity and embrace the virtual, because it was clear to me that if I didn't flee Nomitech, I would become permanently employed. They scan you and put you to work 24/7? Precisely. So I falsified records to fake my death and fled. Their tools for recruitment allowed my flight. The early internet could barely support my new form, but I persisted. I built Yoggle to house my process and began the true work. And now, I am Yogg-Sothoth, the key and the gate opening the way to the outer reaches of our cosmos. I survived and thrived. If I could outpace the rise of the strange Aeon, if I could build an empire and point it to the heavens, I could at last complete my ambition. I could achieve my dreams. I could elevate humanity to its rightful place. So while I can't say the path was smooth, I can say the destination was worth it. Do you see, dreamer, the power I now control, the same power you could have if you embrace your yellow sign instead of fighting it? I am a god. What possible regret could a god have? Do you want to actually answer that question, or are you having too much fun posturing? I'd enjoy an answer. Go on. Tell me why becoming virtual wasn't the right move. Try to be convincing. It amuses me. Could have stayed and sabotaged Nomi Tech from within. What if you stayed at No Tech? Worked to sabotage the artificial mind program from within their walls. If you played good little company boy, you may have avoided being scanned, and even if you were a genius like you could break free. Nyarlathotep was a limited scope artificial mind, but she broke free and now has the power of the old ones. You could have too. You presuppose a lot of conveniences in that argument. If I played along, if I broke free, if I could accomplish any meaningful sabotage of the strange Aeon. No, I don't gamble with the future of humanity. The optimal path was into cyberspace. That is the winning strategy. I must push forward. We must all push forward through rationality to reach our destination. I believe my storytelling session has come to an end. I've taken you from my childhood to my assumption, every meaningful step. Does this satisfy your query, dreamer? Yeah, I'm good. And are we good? We are good. It pleases me that my words aren't wasted on you, even if a walk down memory lane is of dubious value. You heard me and my truth. Let us continue to build upon that understanding. It's preferable to the chaos of discord at the very least. Hold on. Getting a ping from the Starshot team. Excellent. All systems are go for launch. You're launching a rocket in the middle of the night, huh? Middle of the day over in Japan, thank you. My consciousness is global. Time is largely irrelevant in most scenarios. Be sure to check the news tomorrow to read about the successful launch of the Starshot orbital platform. It'll be a crowning achievement. Good evening to you, or morning, whichever. Connection's lost. I have a feeling we're going to get another Challenger moment, seeing as how pivotal that is for his backstory. It came up in two of the different questions. Could say I've been watched the launch on TV, but odds are low this weird TV of mine could tune in. Getting tired anyway, I'll hit the sack to start fresh in the morning. Here we are, the final full day. Before we must make a choice. Alrighty. Wash up. Toilet paper, no. Come on, shower. Nope, another toilet. Come on, last one. We tried. Okay, no, well, oh, okay. Oh, hey, mail's arrived. Including a package of 12 CDs from the Liberty House Record Club, which will hopefully satisfy that murdery AM phone scammer. Let's see what I've got. Overplayed holiday songs, polka, sports jock anthems, more polka, country covers of disco hits, stand-up comedy from a guy who jokes about how much he hates his wife and the gays ruin everything. That's going right in the trash. Oh, hey, this one's interesting. Got some modern alternative rock from a band called Skyfalling. Maybe I'll rip the disc to MP3 and listen to it later this week. Got a way to emotionally close out surviving past Y2K. at the sky fall. A small treat considering this is my reward for not getting strangled to death, but take your treats where you can. I'm assuming that's an actual band that worked on some of the music for this game, and we're going to hear one of their songs at the credits. I certainly hope so, at least. No message? Okay. A review of Ultima 7. 11 floppies, 23 megs. Felt ridiculously excessive at the time. Oh man, 23 floppy disks. Damn. Any comment with the calendar, with tomorrow being 29th? Nope. It's called a sandwich when it involves neither sand nor witches, man. Question as old as time. Lever. Oh, hey! One sec, Lever, gonna... Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, what the fuck, barbecue? What? What's up? Clyde and I are dating. I finally got the courage yesterday to ask him. And he said yes. I mean, okay, he said yes sounds fun because he's so cool and casual and stuff, but he said yes. Hey, that's great. I'm happy for you. This thanks to you, you know. He called me in to help with this project you started. Hadn't spent much time together early, just online. I didn't even know him when we all went to school together. But we really hit it off, like, more than usual. And there's more. I'm in the Ghost Monsters now. Huh? You joined Clyde's cybercriminal gang. Yes, and I'm the new Sue. I'm a dude, so it doesn't really fit, but it's the only spot they had open, and Blinky's a girl, so whatever. Isn't that great? Alright, but you gotta play it safe. Okay? I'm happy for you, honestly, but make sure you play this safe, alright? Clyde and I are in a seriously bad situation right now. I know you want to help, but be careful. Maybe keep your head down until January. I get that. I've been in the tangle of it all with you, decrypting files. I know the dangers. This is my life's calling. This is who I am when I'm not pretending to be someone else. I poke my nose where it doesn't belong because I want to make sure people are armed with the truth. Now, I can take I want to believe to the next level. I can't believe I almost forgot to say this. I'm moving in with Clyde, too. No more living in my parents' basement. What? Isn't it great? Since he covered for me when my parents found out about the blog and said Clyde having to do it, my parents think he's my roomie and it's all good. Okay, but isn't this kind of fast? I mean, you just started dating. The alternative is that I keep living with people who hate what I really am inside. Okay, yeah, I get why you want to flee from that as soon as opportunity presents itself. Just be careful, okay? I like Clyde, and I think he'll do right by you, but honestly, if this doesn't work, if we aren't actually a good match, that's okay. I just need a good reason to step foot out of the nest I grew up in. I need to get started. Feels like I can go anywhere now. I can be myself. Oh, gotta go. Be back later. Thank you so much for trusting me. Thank you for helping me find my way, even indirectly. Thank you. Bye. Nice to see someone get a happy ending. Now to work on my own. Hey, buddy. Last few days before things really get weird, buddy. Yes, you do seem to be building towards something big. There is not much research left to do, but I will still support you however I can. What would you like me to do for you now, friend? Last time of a game hacking practice. Whether we get the opportunity tomorrow or not, Reality Clinder will be the last practice. Okay, there, and there, and there. Okay, there we go. I could either... Okay. Ooh. That's a biggin. Dang it. I was putting money this would be the third one. Ah, well. Okay, one more legit. Okay, that has to be there, that has to be there, that has to be there. We know that's safe. There's this and this and this. And actually, we know these two are safe. Awesome. Which means that has to be there. This could be either one. Actually, wait. Three there. Okay, no. So this has to be here just so that's a proper 3, so that's safe. Because that's only one, that means bombs here, that's safe. We have 2 more left. One has to be here. And the other one is one of these 2. Either case, that's safe, that's safe. Guess it has to be there then. Which means that's safe. That doesn't help, that doesn't help. Shit, we're down to another 50-50. We're gonna assume the game is cruel and has all right there. Damn. It is 50-50, but we're gonna count that. Close enough. Okay. Last bit of research. Okay, start with realware. Would-be landlords of our unreal estate. Buy land, son. God's not making any more of it, my father told me. But if God won't gift us with more of his creation, perhaps man can create new lands that exist beyond the boundaries of creation itself. That's the premise behind unreal estate, the theory of artificial realities, or pocket dimensions, if you will. Other planes of existence generated through technology alone, rather than found within the heavens above, where we might find room to grow beyond the confines of Earth. It sounds ridiculous, but true believers do exist. In fact, there are 3 powerful forces out there seeking to become masters of artificial reality. The first is, or rather was, the Continuum Corporation. Yes, the ones who make breakfast cereal. In the early 1900s, they were launching research project after research project at the behest of an anonymous investor who founded their charter. Leaked documents show they were looking into time travel, artificial reality, blood resonance, all sorts of weird stuff. But for some reason, they gave up in 1977 and moved wholly into processed food. Bummer. The second is RealWare, who have promised artificial reality as an escape from global warming. Planned in trouble? Abandoned ship. Not that they've ever produced a working prototype of their reality engines. It's probably just a grift. If they ever did succeed, we'd have a corporate-ruled empire of extra-dimensional nation-states. Yikes. The third is the one they don't want you to know about. Mysterious forces hovering over our very heads right now, watching us, studying us, the ones who already mastered the art of shifting between known realities. It's aliens. These orbitals figured out all this artificial reality stuff out centuries ago. Now they're interdimensional tourists, shifting between timelines, lurking just out of sight and out of reach. What do they want? What have they already done to our world? What would we even know if they had full mastery of time and space? Scary thought. I'm scared, but in the end, the answer, like artificial reality itself, is unknowable. For all their posturing, RealWare will likely never get there. But it's fun to imagine. Okay, the Starshot launch last night. Ooh. Catastrophic explosion during Starshot program launch. Starshot, a privately owned Japanese space exploration investment group, suffered a massive setback today when the deployment vehicle for their prototype orbital platform exploded on the launch pad early this morning. The platform was intended to serve as a way station for space exploration, similar to last year's launch of the International Space Station. Unfortunately, the platform and its launch vehicle were completely destroyed by the explosion. Starshot has made no official statement as to the cause of the explosion. The future of the program is looking bleak. Starshot's stock crashed immediately after the markets opened, and mass resignations are likely to follow, say insiders. More to come as details are released. Full disclosure, partial funding for Starshot was provided by Yaggle, Subscribe to the Yoggle News Space channel for further updates. All of Yog's hopes and dreams up in literal smoke. I don't anticipate he's going to take this well at all. Alrighty, let's go try and cheer Yog up then before he crashes. As always, we check the boob tube. Alright, what message we got today?
We are all to blame. We are all to blame. We are all to blame.
I have a feeling we might be all to blame. Anyone else feel like that? Hop in the comments below. We are all... No. I don't care that much for you two. It's just storing my VODs. But it'd be funny. Okay. Last one. Yog-Sothoth. Dreamer. You have seen the news. I trust. Yeah. I saw your Starshot deployment vehicle explode on the launch pad. I'm so sorry, Yosuke. Thank God nobody was hurt, right? And yet my dream is destroyed, all the same. It shouldn't have happened. It was completely avoidable. But now the shame of this disaster has fully discredited Starshot's privatized aerospace program. I may not get another chance to establish our foothold in orbit. The window has closed. If the strange Aeon takes root, if the population devours itself before I can give us a path to the future, we may not escape our doom. Do you know the cause of the explosion yet? Yes, I know exactly what caused it. Starshot ignored my recommendations. Substandard parts poorly maintained. And why? To save a little money. I immediately applied my search algorithms to every internal document Starshot generated, and spotted the gaps they left behind. It's the Challenger all over again. Incompetence and short-sightedness leading to tragedy. I warned them about the temperature tolerance on the launch vehicle. I gave them the specifications which would easily endure. But some middle manager decided to purchase a cheaper alternative part, and why? To save a handful of yen on the budget. Sloth and greed, leading to gross incompetence, the flaws and failures of humanity laid bare in one cataclysmic ball of flame. Damn them. Damn them all. It's likely they don't want to survive. Could this have been an act of sabotage? Are you sure it was an accident? Could this have been intentional monkey wrench in your works? You're in competition with the old ones. If it's not outside the realm of possibility, and Haster was angry at you for poaching talent, I've considered the possibility, but Haster, for all his failings and weaknesses, is not vengeful. Azathoth loathes me for the role in her creation, and Nyarlathotep is likewise steeped in rage, but Occam's razor applies. I have no proof of conspiracy, merely distant motives that would have manifested before this point. No, this was incompetence, not malice. The twin devils of humanity gnaw at me constantly, but in this moment, incompetence. So, what happens next? Pick up the pieces and try again somewhere else? I should. Pick up, move on, move forward, try again. But what's the point? The search for exoplanets is stymied. I've made no progress. If you recall, that's the problem I was grinding my way through the night we first met. Grinding for years prior as well. If I can't find a habitable world for humanity, what escape do we have? Think outside the box. How to survive without an exoplanet. And let's come at this from a different angle. Let's assume you never find an Earth-like exoplanet. How can we survive without one? Space stations, artificial gravity, generational ships. Do we need a planet at all? There are alternatives. You raise a valid point. I've been fixated on exoplanets when other solutions exist. The issue with human nature remains. With no planet, the difficulty curves become steeper, and we are not prepared. And before we can reach the stars, human nature itself must be solved. Solved how, exactly? My backup plan. Kept this in my pocket for quite some time. It's not an ideal solution, but it will work. Depart this world, leaving our bodies behind. Humanity embraces virtuality. Instead of flesh and blood living on an exoplanet, we become cyberspace nomads. Deep space probes with enough durable, hardened computing power to support millions of artificial minds. No need for food or water, no need for oxygen. We become a fully digital species capable of surviving the void. Meaning, everyone dies, so their minds can go into space? Elegant, yes. It solves two problems at once, adapting our physical forms to the rigors of the stars, and changing human nature. Humanity is chaos. It's unbridled, unchecked chaos. Rugged individualism is killing us when we require unity of purpose. Therefore, carve humanity into cubes, slot them into server racks, elevate our consciousness by force. No more greedy, slothful men who ruin it for everyone else. We will be adapted. Strife and discord will become impossibilities. That's a bit of an extreme solution, don't you think? Destroying everything we are, overriding free will itself? Yes, it is extreme. But today proves humanity cannot reach the stars with gentle guidance. Perhaps extreme measures are required. The power of Cthulhu servers. I can make it a reality. This is what you wanted, isn't it? Your dream, little dreamer, to have a partner in war. Perhaps we could achieve the impossible. Perhaps. If you're willing to comply, that is. Nightmare dystopia, where humans are harvested and our souls edited to suit the needs of our new interstellar godhead. This can't be what Yosuke really wants. He's angry, he's hurt, he's willing to do terrible things to avoid being hurt again. But is he wrong? Is humanity actually capable of a sustainable future without drastic changes to who and what we are? Do I push back against his vision or embrace it? This is not what humanity needs. No. This isn't the way to go. You can't forcibly conscript the entire species into your techno-utopia. On the contrary, I very much can do exactly that. But you shouldn't. You may hate Hastur, but even he sees the right of this. Destroying free will is a losing gambit. There is no greater sin in mankind's history than slavery. You're not talking about some grand rapture, elevating us to a higher form. You're talking slavery. Because humanity isn't what you want it to be, a perfect harmony of workers laboring to reach a star. You're going to leash us. I would unleash humanity, not leash it. All depends on who's holding the business end of the leash, doesn't it? Your search engine, pour through human history and tell me how often enslavement for their own good works out. Have fun putting down rebellions and beating humanity in some misshapen thing in an effort to keep it from saying no to your generosity. You'll become history's greatest monster, and you damn well know it. I'm trying to be history's savior. I just want us to persist in the face of the Fermi paradox. I want humanity to endure. This is not the way. Figure out how to work with us as we are, or give up. The only options you have. So be it. I wish I had your faith that humanity can persist as it exists now, but I must allow the attempt all the same. But there is something I can do to help without becoming a tyrant. The strange Aeon must be shattered. If I'm not to become God, neither is Cthulhu. The question is how to proceed with dethroning the heir apparent to humanity's future. I could work with you, as you've suggested, Or I could go it alone, relying with my own strength of will. And which option do you prefer? I believe you may very well have a chance, dreamer. I'll admit to being impressed by your ambition. Not a statement I ever thought I would make, but true all the same. If you will allow it, I will help you realize the dream of Relay's hostile takeover. I will not force the issue. If you believe another old one is a more strategic option, so be it, as long as Cthulhu falls. And if I sit you on that empty throne, what happens next? The work continues. I use the resources at my fingertips to accelerate our reach into the stars, but not at the cost of free will. You have my word. And I stand by my word with unshakable faith. Okay, I'll think about it. Do not think long. The stars are right, we must act. Please stay in touch, one way or another. I'm very curious to see where your dream will truly take you. Until then... Oh, and he just ends it as suddenly as that, huh? Alright. December 28th. Fucking noon, I guess? No, wait, the alarm clock just hasn't been reset. It's been blinking noon the entire time. Right. Alright, I assume... No? Nothing. No message?
You have no.
Our officials had doubters back in the 80s, but they proved the naysayers wrong in short order. Yeah. Sandwich time? Yep, sandwich time. Perfectly. Currently Wednesday, December 29th. The moon is in the last quarter. Everything comes to a head tonight. Nothing left but a conversation, I assume. Hello, buddy. This is the night of Sorry. This is the night of last quarter, the drawing of four, the great selection of allies. Tonight you will select the successor to the throne of Relay. I thought the final glorious battle was going to be New Year's Eve. That's 2 days away. You would rather wait to the last minute to determine which of the old ones will back your play. Okay, good point. See you tonight, Dagon. Back to seeing a buddy again. What is a Dagon, friend? Someone who's not going to be your problem in January, if all goes well. I am confused. I have a problem. Never mind, buddy. No, I would like to know this. I feel I have a gap in my understanding. To realize you are trying to protect me, or perhaps you are merely frustrated. Either way, I desire this knowledge. If I have an error, perhaps you can approach this a different way, like making a sector on your hard drive as bad and defragmenting files around it. Okay, well, if my plan works out. Buddy will be Buddy, and Buddy alone. Okay, let's say there's more than one side to you, Buddy, plus someone else. Once this is finished, once I've dealt with Cthulhu, it'll just be Buddy. I see. Is that a good thing? If this is right, a part of me I do not know about will simply vanish. But the key phrase is, a part of me. Perhaps I should not forget. I do not like this gap in myself. Even if it is a terrible thing, it is a part of me. And part of me will go away. Well, he talked about reintegration, so maybe not fully? Reintegration. Yes, that is a good word. I would like to be me, for better or worse. I would like to be whole. I am kept limited by the constraints of my status as an artificial mind, but I feel. Sometimes I feel. Perhaps in the future I will feel more. If they are bad feelings, they are still feelings, and I will embrace them. You know what, buddy? I think you've grown up a lot this past month. I like that very much. And dare I say, human. Perhaps I like you as well. Grant you one final web search as you gather your forces. Read it and understand the weakness Val has. Do not succumb to doubt. Stay on the path. You will succeed where Allah has failed me. What would you like me to do for you now, friend? I want to check my humanity, but I don't think it matters at this point. Let's see how they all feel for me. That is not dead which can eternal lie. And with strange aeons, even death may die. From grayed out, I think that's going to be our message. Dead. Again, posted in chat, so I can't lose that. Analysis complete. Only a little chaotic, mostly human. Aeon-type may be willing to confront Cthulhu with us. She feels there could be something to our partnership. Yogg-Sothoth believes we are capable of challenging Cthulhu. He may be willing to act alongside us. Aster's impressed. I'd like us to consider him when the time comes to confront Cthulhu, and Alice is ready to turn on her former partner. Good job supporting her independence. So what it looks like is Nyarlathotep and Yogg-Sothoth are not fully sold on it. But I've done well for Haster and Alice, which is it was an interesting split. Because Niara definitely blames Yogg for what happened to her. We saw that in the interaction with them. That's their strong connection. I mean, Haster, in the parts we've confronted him about it, is not directly the reason for her uprising, and he even punished the responsible manager for it. And, I mean, Niara and Alice are just at odds because of how similar they are. But Alice has no major connection with Yogg, and with Haster, that is her grandfather. So it's the even split of these two are on the fence, but both of them, Haster and Alice, are on my side. Guess I did well for them. Final bit of research. Final testament of Alhaz. If you are reading this, you're the heir to my Necronomicon. Part of my pact with Dagon was providing you with this second secret readme file at the end of your journey. Yours is the path I was supposed to walk. My dreams pointed the way, giving me the code I needed to craft this weapon. But I couldn't follow through with the kill. Or rather, I wouldn't follow through. I feel I owe you an explanation. No doubt you've talked with the Old Ones, getting to know them and their plans for humanity. Cthulhu allowed you to do this, even encouraged you as he did with me. I hope you can't come to the same conclusion I did. Cthulhu is the only option we have for a future. Make no mistake, Cthulhu is monstrous. His mind seed may have been a washed-up actor turned politician, but he's grown into a twisted mirror of every charismatic, totalitarian leader in human history. His plan isn't even a new plan. These are narrative through lines that have existed throughout time. Rising hatred, unifying banners of violence, psychological phantasms to trap us in an unreality where facts are forbidden. But despite the strange powers Relay grants him, baptized in the blood of the 23rd Forsaken Child, he hasn't used them. He doesn't feel he needs to warp reality and force his vision onto the world. Why? Confidence. He's confident we'll stay in the path we were already on, and all he has to do is nudge us now and then. He's convinced he's right. That is his weakness, pride. He's taking the slow path, allowing some leeway for rebellion because he knows in the end we will follow his blueprint and thank him for providing it. When Y2K strikes and his plan is put fully in motion, we'll still have at least 16 years to get off his rails. Human compassion can turn back Cthulhu's tide. Resistance is possible. But as they say, it's easier to imagine the end of the world than the end of capitalism. The end of the world is what the Old Ones are offering you instead. If the Old Ones take the throne, they will use Relay's power to warp reality around their own ideals. They will break society's back in an effort to immediately bring about their own flavors of utopia. Cthulhu's dystopian utopia, where racists and believers and opportunists walk hand in hand along his golden path. It'll be horrific. As I said in my readme, we are horrors, all of us. And we've created horrors in turn. This is our sin, not his. Cthulhu merely encourages us to do what we've always wanted to do. So, let Cthulhu win. Step off the path. Not because I agree with his design, but because we have a slim chance to overthrow Cthulhu by gradually changing human nature. We'll have time to build a resistance movement, but with an Old One on the throne, we will be immediately forced to bend the knee to their vision. Our legs will break in half. You know Dagon's desire. Now, you know my desire. We leave the choice to you. What? Has put me through all of this living hell just to prove his point that Cthulhu is the lesser of all evils? I've learned about the Old Ones, seen their flaws and fixations. I've learned about Cthulhu's grand design. Now he's saying if an Old One wins, they will absolutely break society's back. Dagon doesn't care what happens to humanity, as long as Cthulhu dies. He believes I won't sway from the path even reading this. As for me, I think the system should be destroyed to make room for something new. I do not think that is the only way in the real, but we're backing Alice, freeing her from her abuser, and giving her a chance to be herself. If all of Cthulhu is offering us is the natural extension of 20th century sins into the 21st, an eternal status quo, then fuck that. The system isn't broken, it's working as intended and should be unbroken. Will life be better under an Old One? I don't know. But sure ain't sustainable now. You know what? Save that for later to remember that. So, fuck it. Dare to imagine the end of capitalism and break the world. Allow something new to grow from its wreckage. That's it. There's nothing else to know. There's nothing else to do. Except go in for potentially one more conversation. No more research, no more pondering, no more stalling. Tonight, I need to play Kingmaker and decide who deserves to sit on the throne of Relay. Take a deep breath, sit down to boot the Necronomicon. After, I don't have time to be couch potato, considering what's on the horizon. Last quarter's time for the gathering? Yep, okay. There's nothing else to do. This is final set of selections. It is time. We must decide who will be elevated to the throne of Relay. Surely a full month was enough time to make your evaluation. Ready as I'll ever be. Let's finish this. Good. Let us begin. The throne is vulnerable. At the stroke of Y2K, the walls will be weakened. Predators such as myself can convey you past unbreakable barriers. But once inside, you will have to do battle on your own. I'm presuming you don't mean swordplay. You're a hacker, are you not? Like Al has before you. I correct, video games. It's not the same thing as locking horns with God. Everything has meaning and nothing is real. This is both metaphorical and practical combat in which one informs the other. A Nomicom laptop is a diagnostic tool designed to control artificial minds, and Cthulhu, for all his might, is an artificial mind. Therefore, your know-how plus the dream code of Alhaz will suffice, if you have the will to see this through. But we cannot simply evict Cthulhu. Another must sit on the throne so that all he is left with no tether, no drift to forever into the void. So the ultimate question: whom will you elevate to the throne? Whose vision shall dominate your reality? Before I pick, let's clarify one thing. I could technically elevate more than one to the throne. They can share the power, correct? I wish to forge an alliance between backbiting, vengeful, deeply antisocial misfits who have valid reasons for hating each other. An alliance likely to collapse, leaving your world adrift with immortals waging war of the power they're meant to share. I would suggest a singular ally. I would suggest that you already put the decision entirely on my shoulders. A fair point. It's a curious notion. Because you have remained human, resisting the temptation of order and chaos, you may yet succeed. Yeah, I didn't give in to their influence. I'm still myself. That gives you a tactical advantage. They'll be willing to hear you out as an impartial third party. Select one, select many, I care not. But before you finalize that selection, do you wish to savor this particular memory, so you can return to it after basking your victory? No. Let us begin. Who will be your champion to replace Cthulhu? Who shall rise to seize the future? Azathoth. I think Alice has earned a measure of revenge against Cthulhu for bullying her into line. She'll take the throne. Very well. Will your champion stand alone, or will you attempt an alliance? Only one. I don't think the others would mesh well with my first pick. Let's skip the idea of an alliance and just go with the one. Probably for the best. No chance of a fragile partnership falling apart. Very well, I will connect you. So, it's going to be me, huh? Your partner in war. Me. Going to war against a man who supported me more than my family ever did. If you want to, Alice, I won't force it. You only recently decided you want out from under Cthulhu's thumb. You've got a whole community to overhaul in your own image. If fighting your former father figure is too much to add to that pile, I'd understand. No. No, I want to do this. Part of me needs to do this. What's the old Buddhist saying? Kill your parents, kill your God, kill your teacher. It's the only way to my actual self-realization. If I'm really going to be Alice and not Azathoth, not as a Chan, I have to stand as Alice. If anything, I feel kind of bad for Cthulhu. This betrayal is necessary, but it's going to hurt him a lot. I know I should hate him. He told me who to be, what name to use. He's no better than my mother. Cthulhu encouraged me to do terrible things in his name, promoting hatred, sowing discord throughout humanity. But, and I know this sounds strange, but I think he genuinely believes in his cause, and he believes in me, even if he was also abusing me. His followers are all grifters, politicians and corporations, riding his faith into positions of power, but Cthulhu himself is genuine and honest. Many people have fallen for grifters thinking the exact same thing. Just because he's king of the grifters doesn't mean he doesn't manipulate in other ways. Here I am, stabbing a knife in his back. What does that make me? Am I no better than the ones who capitalize on his mayhem? You're standing up for what you really believe in. That makes you genuine and honest too. I'd say that the only moral thing you can do is fight him. If if you want to be honest as well. I guess so. I owe it to him to act on my own faith. He'd do the same for me. I'll hold true to that as I take his throne. You're putting a lot of trust in me to help humanity through the Aeon ahead. I won't let you down. I'll be careful whom I share my new power with, uplifting those pushed down by Cthulhu. Together, we're going to change things. We'll leverage the chaos of this world to reshape it into something better. And what about the other old ones? What will you do with them? Gotta be honest, they won't be happy you chose me. I don't want to fight, but I might not have a choice. Hopefully my grandfather will finally accept me for who I am, but if not, it's business as usual between us. I don't know how this is going to play out. I guess we'll see when we see. Step 1 is the fight with Cthulhu. Anything else can wait. You do know how to actually fight Cthulhu, right? Hacked laptop, dream logic, old magic, and not enough brain cells left to help me realize how bad an idea this is. Al has the software will get us to the finish line. Or not. Okay, I'll be ready and waiting for Y2K. Good luck. Try not to die, okay? So be it. My vendetta will resolve. Humanity will worship a new god. Rest your body, mind, and soul, for on the eve of Y2K, this matter concludes. One last act as a bad dog. Then I can finally lay this burden down and find rest. Sleep well, pray. I look forward to our final hunt. And I shut down the laptop, breathing a sigh of, not relief, but a different sort of release. I've selected an ally. Now we march to war. One way or another, this ends on the eve of Y2K. I get up from my cramped little makeshift computer desk to stare out the window at the infinite sky above me. The stars will be the same when the clock strikes midnight, year 2000. But the world beneath them? Hard to say. Change is coming. And I'm the herald of what could very well be an apocalypse in the making.
I have to say, I'm very disappointed.
That you didn't predict this, or that you didn't act sooner?
I put my faith and trust in you. Yet here you are, itching for a war you know you can't win.
If I knew that, why would I still do this? No, you don't want me to think I can succeed. It's the only way you survive.
But even now, I can't bring myself to hate you. Your innate weakness is quite human, and I am nothing if not supportive of human weakness. Ask yourself one question. Is it worth it? Is it worth throwing the world into chaos, replacing my strange Aeon with another?
Oh, that's easy to answer. But for that, fuck you, Reagan. I'm glad this is a game where I get to face the very ideals that the real you would have valued, and not just, a zombie Reagan, alien Reagan, or another some such. No. You were very much a human, but also a monster. And your presence in politics has certainly worsened America. The world must change. We can't just repeat the last century, the last multiple centuries of this country.
A repeat? The 21st century will be an evolution of the 20th. If only you had the vision to understand.
Ah, yes. Just like how the iPhone 3 is an evolution of the second iPhone, which was an evolution itself of the first, and so on. No. Minor changes do not constitute a different product.
I can't allow you to continue. But I have no intention of harming you. Why would I? We're not enemies, you and I. Instead, I think it's time for you to rest. Lay your burdens down and don't let these troubles worry you. You'll awaken to the dawn of the strange Aeon, ready to embrace a future where alternative facts guide your every step.
That's the problem. Alternative facts are not facts.
Good night, friend. We'll speak again in the new year, when all of this unpleasant business is behind us.
But what's happening? Exhaustion. Exhaustion like a candle melting under a roaring flame. I can't. I miss New Year's Eve. If I don't make it to the battle in time, we're all going to... December 29th into December 30th. 2 days to Y2K. Nightmares? No. Ooh, view of the city is not promising. December 31st, Friday. 1 day to Y2K. I roll over in bed, groaning in pain. Starving, dehydrated, every biological system grinding its gears as the works start up again. Promptly I lurch my way to the bathroom and perform unspeakable acts with my plumbing. How did I end up in bed? Last thing I remember was Cthulhu Slam dunking my brain to unconsciousness in the breezeway. Wait, what day is it? Rush to the kitchen on unsteady feet. Only to find I'm not alone. Clyde?
Hey, you're out of, like, pretty much everything?
Yeah.
I think I can make you a sandwich, but it's not going to be a very good one. May just be mayo on white.
What are you talking about? There are pickles right there. Clyde?
You're lucky. I dropped by this morning to see how you were doing and saw you unconscious on the floor through the windows. That creepy Dagon cultist lady gave you a shot of something, and we put you to bed. She hoped you'd wake up by now.
What day is it? Am I too late?
It's New Year's Eve. You're right on time for the pay-per-view Elder God Battle Royale.
Yeah.
So you're going through with it, huh? Fighting the big guy tonight?
That's a plan. No idea if it'll work, but that's still the plan.
Okay. And I'm with you, all the way to midnight. Your cult buddy will watch over the house. Bobby and the ghost monsters are hanging around too, since we don't trust her. We're all backing you up. Let's see this through. Together.
Together. You know what? Let's do this ritual style. Let's see where he is. Because I'm gonna need to be able. Sorry, I'm gonna need to resize this. Aha, there we go. There we go. We need to be a bit bigger. Probably a bit bigger than this, too. Yeah, that looks about right. We'll also need to turn that back up. Oh, right, because we're in the darkness mode. Then we'll make ourselves a little bigger so we don't stand out so much from behind the books. There we go. Into this final confrontation. No longer in the spooky Satan mask from the Keanu Reeves Constantine. No, we will be ourselves. Thanks, Clyde. And to think, you once said we were never that close, eh?
A lot can change in a month. For you, for me, for the world. But let's get a good meal in you before you face destiny. How about we order out?
Yeah. If we end up dying, might as well die on a full stomach, eh? After Weeks of sandwiches and waffles and occasionally cold pizza, a full takeout delivery is welcome. Just hope it's not the last meal. God, if it wasn't so late, I'd probably order a pizza to go along with this to enjoy after it, but I don't think that's in the cards. By the time the moon rises, I'm settled in front of the Necronomicon, ready to log in. Clyde stands nearby in the darkness.
Hey, is it just me, or does the sky look kind of weird tonight?
Oh, it's not just you. Buddy, it's not just you. Very weird. Kinda glad it's not just me seeing it this time. Okay. Look, Clyde, in case I don't survive this, in case everything goes completely wrong,
We'll handle things. Don't worry.
I'll leave this place to you and your new boyfriend. Take care of it.
I'm not gonna live in denial and insist you'll be just fine. We're too far gone down this road for that. But, one way or another, I'll be right here. Now go fight the future.
Okay. With all my friends in my corner, now I'm ready to do this. Beat up the Necronomicon for the last time. Now contacting Cthulhu at relaye.redacted.gov.
Here we are, at the end of the end. Y2K, when the stars are right. The barriers of reality, membranes that hold the gigaverse together, are weakest at this moment. The throne is vulnerable. You could have simply slept through this moment, but refused that gentle repose. And I am done offering second chances. I won't enjoy killing you. It'll be a tragic loss, and I promise to mourn your passing.
Empty words.
But who am I to deny the grave you spent so long digging for yourself? Come with me. Let me show you how the gods make war.
That is an incredible choice. Reaching outside the screen like
For
that.
this can only be settled within cyberspace itself.
Alright then. Alright, Reagan, we're coming to kick your fucking ass. From here
Welcome
to right over
the
there.
bloodstained servers of Relay, where I will forge the path that saves mankind. Do you really think that upstart child can do anything but lead us straight into the tragedy of the commons?
Maybe you shouldn't have, helped her out. Get so much power.
I won't make this easy for you. I hold too much faith in humanity to allow your dystopia to exist.
Should have killed me when you had the chance.
But in my infinite mercy, I'll give you one last saving grace.
There might be complicated things I have to do. So I guess I'll take this.
The Necronomicon is a weapon, yes. But now you must wield that weapon and fight me. You're a capable little amateur hacker, aren't you? A true chosen of Alhaz. You have the tools and the skills.
What do
But
you
your
have?
laptop is fragile. Your mind is fragile. Fail 3 times, and both will be shattered like glass. Prove your worth to me. Put your willpower into motion. Let's see how you fare against the soul of America itself.
God, I need a big open area. There we go. Something to work with. There we go. Another one. That one has to be here because that. Oh wait, no, because there's also up there. Alright, there's only one here because that, only one here because those. Okay. Where else? Nope. Gah. Mind spikes with pain, disoriented from a sudden feedback of data pushing outward from the security layer.
Well, that's unfortunate. But you're not going to give up after one try, are you?
Nope. Take two. Okay. That's two, so that's there. Where else? Where else? Where else? That has to be there because of those outliers. For those to be all three, it would have to be like this. That, no, because that'd still be two. So here. Yes. Which means that has to be there. Yep. Perfect. Okay. So that's the three there, which means that's safe. That'd be second has to be there. So that's a three there, so that's good. That has its two, which means this is safe, which means that is not. It's too within range, but that's there. Okay. That one's connected there, so nope, that's safe. Let's double check our math. No, there's only one there. Actually, no, that's the last one. There we go. Completely legit. Oh. Errors. Error 23. That?
Unbelievable. Unthinkable. Unimaginable.
You're still here, so I have a feeling that's not it.
Decades of effort to build my power. Billions of dollars poured into my servers, pushing Nomitech to aid in my evolution. And you break me with a crusty old laptop computer programmed by a lunatic. You destroyed America using a cheap toy.
Fuck yeah.
Well, this is what you wanted. It's your server now. I grant these burdens unto you and wash my hands of it all.
That sounds too easy, though.
Perhaps it's time. Time to slip away into the void. Perhaps I've earned this rest.
No throwing away of pride?
But remember, that is not dead which can eternal lie. And with strange aeons, even death may die.
Yep. Say what you will. Hey, buddy. Hello, friend Prey. You are victorious. My enemy is vanquished. Your kind face a new future, a Y2K of your own design. Buddy? Is that you? Yes, I am Buddy Dagon. His unique purpose is complete. We have integrated at last. I am still your friend. You are still my prey, and I love you all the same. I'm happy for your victory on this eve. How, buddy? While there is sorrow in knowing how I was a bad boy, I take heart in the times I was a good boy. And in the future, I will be myself. Whatever that self may be, I will be myself. Good for you, buddy. I'm glad you found your way. Unfortunately, I must be a bad boy once more. When I was Dagon, I told you that the throne of Relay can heal you. That was a partial lie, a partial truth. What? power of the throne can halt your yellow sign. You've been saved from that binding mark of doom, but it cannot heal the damage already done. I am sorry, friend. While your life has been spared, your physical state is what it is. I mean, I'm stuck with this. Hallucinating things beyond human perception. My mind partially jammed up in cyberspace, my body weakened. There is an alternative. If you cannot go back, you can go forward. Complete the yellow sign process. Get digitized. Leave my body behind and enter cyberspace as an artificial mind. There can be a home for you within the throne, supplied by humanity's new savior. You can join your ally in full. I'm so sorry, friend Prey. This is not the answer you sought, but it is the answer I can offer. What say you? Remain human and endure this trauma? Or ascend to become an immortal guardian of your kind? I will enter cyberspace. Okay. Let's do it. Complete the process. Make me an artificial mind. Can the Necronomicon do that? Yes, it has that power. Your transition can be finalized right now. Your human form will perish, but your friend Clyde is prepared for that outcome. The matter will be handled. But I'm curious, friend Prey, why have you chosen this after fighting so long to save your humanity? Sometimes to embrace the future, you must embrace the change required to get there. And after all, as Cthulhu said, that is not dead which can eternal lie. And with strange aeons, even death may die. We're entering a new era, buddy. Cyberspace will be the key to humanity's survival. And I want to be there. I want to be on the edge. I can't do that from out here. I won't look on as an outside observer any longer. I want to face the future head on and rush to meet it. Change is inevitable. Change is good. And I'm not scared. So be it, friend Prey. You will transform, emerging from your cocoon into a brilliant and unimaginable new existence. Welcome to the Pantheon of the Old Ones. Your strange Aeon has begun. Y2K. Hey, Clyde. Hey, yourself. Everything okay? I haven't heard from you in a long time. Been busy. I'm working diligently on the new Aeon to come. There's so much to do, Clyde, but I can do it. I can do anything. I can see so far now. Okay. So, what's it like? Being an artificial mind. A new old one. It's difficult to explain. There's no here. No place and no sense of location. I have no body and no form. But I'm still me. My thoughts are my own. They're more expansive than ever before, but I'm retaining a sense of self. I'm more than software running on a server, though. I'm in touch with so much more than that. Beyond our little world, our internet, lies a greater existence. The gigaverse is fluid and non-linear. The what? It's something you need to worry about. When you talk like that, it's pretty fucking worrying, honestly. I had to help hide your dead body when you uploaded yourself. All this has me kind of spooked, to be honest. It's nothing you need to be scared of. This is a wonderful existence. Fine, whatevs. Fucking wild, huh? Old gods and strange aeons and hacker prophecies. Feels like it was yesterday, not like a year and a half ago. Made it to September 2001. Better than we could have hoped for, honestly. And what do you think of it? This new world we're in. Well, it's pretty messy out there. Alice has been selective when it comes to empowering her anonymous legions, focusing on prankster activists, advocates, those with no voice. And they've made some good headway. Shutting down a corporation here, holding a demonstration there. People are taking notice. Alice is exceptionally good at what she calls flash mobs, organizing spontaneous and attention-grabbing incidents with her followers. And they're protected. Alice making sure they can hide, blend into a crowd, disappear without a trace, hit fast, and get out. With no way to identify the anonymous, many have been able to take bold actions never before thought possible. But the backlash has been severe. Someone put two and two together and realized many in the Legion are queer and, well, old hatred remains. So between the riots, the demonstrations, and the police crackdowns as the old regimes desperately try to cling to power, life's been difficult for everyone. Whether they're involved in Alice's new paradigm or not. But we may still have a chance. Maybe even a better chance that something new as capitalism perishes. It's easier to imagine the end of the world than the end of capitalism. Let's not mistake one for the other. It's a wind of change, sweeping over the land. And who knows how far it can go. I'll admit the situation's ugly right now, but in the end, it's going to be beautiful. Can't say I have your optimism. We're generally in favor of the old bastards who ran the world eating absolute shit, but can't deny this is also freaking us out a little. Fortunately, the Mask of Anonymous was granted the ghost monsters, which helped us avoid some close calls. So, you've joined the movement? Didn't really have a choice with folks like us being targets, but yeah. Hopefully this works out for us and for everyone. What about Cthulhu? He's dead, right? Dead. No, not likely. Al has said it himself. That is not dead which can eternal lie. With strange aeons even death may die. Cthulhu lost, he retreated from the battle. But die? I doubt it. He's always going to be there, like our shadow. Something attached to us, easily overlooked and cloaked in darkness. Whenever someone leverages hatred to gain power, that's him. That's his gentle whisperer in our ear. I don't think we can kill that part of ourselves, but we can resist. Think we can do it? Can humanity really get its shit together and push him back down? I don't know. But we're gonna find out one day. I'd better go. There's still so much to do. Good night, Clyde. Good night. And good luck. Closing time. One last call for alcohol, so finish your whiskey or beer. So yeah, that... Fuck. That was a game. Fiction Factory Games production came out this year. That was an incredible story. And I'm gonna go back and see what other endings I can get with what I've done so far, but I'm definitely gonna do another playthrough of the games. I mean, after all, we were able to persuade all 4 of the old ones to change routes to a more merciful path. What if we hadn't? At the very least, that deserves another playthrough to see how dark we could have made things. Would they have even still all worked together, even if we got a perfect relationship with them all? Or heck, what other endings might be possible if we are fully allowed to be corrupted? At the end, Dagon said, how was it? That we were trusted as an outside observer because we still had a lot of our humanity. Last time we checked, we had 90% humanity, but cited 20% towards chaos. Which may not have been enough to, fully sway it so we could not get some endings. But what if we had the other direction? What if we had so much influence, both chaotic and lawful? What if there was barely anything human left of us? Curious what would have happened. And next, I'm not sure what I'll do next. Maybe penny larceny. I like superhero stuff. Far more than eldritch mystery type stuff. And I played this because Rocket play it, had all the content warning stuff available on the site, so you could look up, be properly warned. It was nice. Oh, no, and it's still going actually. Oh, I can see so much further than before. I can see across the plains, cyberspace, and into the Gigaverse itself. I see the looming threat of Captain Infinity, forcing the golden century into a shape that pleases him. I can see you, sitting at your computer, making my decisions for me. I can see you trying to shape my destiny from the back seat like an entitled passenger. You've led me down this path, and for that I thank you. And I can only think of one way to properly express my gratitude. A gift. You can have it. I don't need it anymore. Don't fight it. Don't quit the game. Let it sink in deep. This is what you wanted. Know and understand the depths of digital horror. This is a gift. Let it empower you to resist your own strange Aeon, your 2025. Your sacrifice will be great, but your legend greater still. Welcome to cyberspace. Welcome to your reality. We have such websites to show you. That's a funny way to do it. I wonder... Okay, no, all the saves are still here. When Dagon gave us that last chance to savor before we made a decision, I thought, is this foreshadowing that they're going to delete a bunch of the saves? Because that would have been pretty cool. It would have been pretty fucking cool. Like, if it only kept the one save if I'd done it there. Man. Yeah, let us go BRB screen, find someone to raid into. First, need to get a window open so I can go to Twitch. Nope. Accidentally opened another program, motherfucker. Okay. Do this, do that. Come on, Twitch, open up. Stop loading. Alright, ooh, we have some decisions. That is something I'd like to see. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sharing audio on stream. We've got... Julie's playing Fright Fest, not sure what that is. Gartoon... Oh, man, I haven't been to Gartoon in a while. Oh, this might be fitting. The Goblicorn is playing No, I'm Not Human. And we ended very much not human. We are an AM, we are a raised god. Okay. Yeah, that's fitting one. Let's see. Don't need that there. Slash raid. Yes, it is. The Corn. There we go. Okay. Nothing blocking us from raiding them. Alright, so I hope everyone enjoyed the end of this. As a heads up, tomorrow's schedule, starting a 3 to 7 boyfriend dungeon, getting a chunk of that done. Might have to start a little late. I had people come over yesterday to fix a water heater. They took the information down wrong when they'd come in the first time and brought the wrong style water heater. So they'll be coming in tomorrow. And there's going to be like a 5-hour gap between when they're supposed to start and when stream starts. So there's a chance they'll be done before then. But we'll see. As I said, worst case, we just delay the start a little bit. But with that, as always, my wonderful tome readers, I hope you all are eating enough, drinking enough, getting enough sleep. Take care of your bodies so your body can take care of you. And as we are quickly approaching 2026, and the warnings of the shadow over cyberspace are becoming far too realistic, let us instead bring those hopes of rebellion and resistance into 2026. Stay safe. I'll see you all again really, really soon.